You ain't 10 no more. The decisions you make right now is up to you. You crying about something that happened to you when you was a kid. You ain't even no kid no more. You a grown man.
Your best laid plans has changed. So what you got to start doing is you got to start anticipating that it's going to change and just start living your life with the preparation for change.
And so the more we can begin to reward ourselves with bliss, we're not going to lose our dissatisfaction. We're not going to lose that. And so for me, our brains, this dopamine hit you get when you do something successful, if you constantly cheat yourself out of that hit, right, biomechanically in your body, less and less in the future will you want to achieve the next level, the next dream, the next step. And that's why so many people stall out in life.
You ain't 10 no more. The decisions you make right now is up to you. You crying about something that happened to you when you was a kid. You ain't even no kid no more. You a grown man. Take full ownership. The stupid stuff you doing, your parents didn't make you play no video games. What you crying about? So what, your daddy wasn't there? Your mama ended up getting married. What you crying about? He went to work every day. He never beat you. He never abused you. Your mama did the best she knew how to do. What you crying about? You grew up in a house. What you crying about? You've been lazy your whole life, and now somebody told you you can make 6 figures, and you go knock on the door 100 times, and your body say you a lie. You ain't never gave 100%. In order to knock on the door 100 times, you're gonna have to get 120. Get up out of here. You can't do this. And you're gonna have to fight and fight, fight and fight. And most of you won't be successful, not because you can't do it, but you can't outlast your old you long enough to get to your new you.
COVID proved that already. Where you go to work at every day, that's gonna change. COVID proved that already. Your best laid plans has changed. So what you got to start doing is you got to start anticipating that it's going to change and just start living your life with the preparation for change. No matter what you're doing, you could be doing more. Remember that. It's 24 hours in a day. You got to use as many of those hours to prepare stability for yourself as you can. I said it online, I got in a lot of trouble. If you sleep 8 hours, you're not ever going to be rich. If you have any dreams of being rich, you cannot sleep 8 hours a day. It's only 24 hours in a day. If you sleep 8 hours, that's 1/3 of your life. How can you cannot be asleep 1/3 of your life and become successful.
Every day when I wake up, I got all kind of demands. You got all kind of demands. And the reason why you're not where you want to be is not because you're not great, but you're taking all other people's stuff before you spend enough time with yourself to get to know you and get to know what you want and what you should do. And so please raise your hand with me saying, E, from this day forward, I make a commitment to myself in a way I've never made a commitment to myself before. Let me see your hands. And I'm gonna grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power. Every single day, I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim. I've never seen all blacks play a day in my life. And if you watch some of my videos, I have all blacks in my videos. Why? Because they're what? They're winners.
If you're looking over your shoulder and worrying about who's behind you, how can you focus on what's going on at the top of the mountain? So you slip, so you fall. But are you breathing? Can you feel your heart beating? Are you alive? Then keep climbing. Don't be worrying about what you can't control. But you can control your emotions. You can control the fight in you. If you truly desire success in your life, then you got to go up the mountain. And every step that you go up, it gets a little steeper. It gets a little harder. Sometimes when it gets harder, you may feel that you can't carry on. Nobody's gonna save you. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for you right now. You are the last man or last woman standing at this moment.
You can't. People got mad at me. They talking about Steve Harvey prefers wealth over health. No, I'm just telling you. If your ass wants to hit it and be rich, you got to quit bullshit. You got to get your hustle and grind on. You can't sleep at, well, how much you sleep? I sleep between 4 and 5 hours. If I get 6 hours, woof, I'm tired. Plus I'm old. I gotta get up. I wanna see what today is. I can't miss nothing. Now, I'm old, man. I'm 64 years old, so I can't be laying in the bed waiting. I gotta get up early. I'm up before the sun come up every day because I just want to see what else God got for me. He done gave me a lot. Might as well go see the rest of it, right? You can't see it sleep. So I've always prepared myself for what this business is. And for the first time, I've actually thought about retiring. This is the first time I've ever thought about retiring.
And so the more we can begin to reward ourselves with bliss, we're not going to lose our dissatisfaction. We're not going to lose that. And so for me, our brains, this dopamine hit you get when you do something successful, if you constantly cheat yourself out of that hit, right, biomechanically in your body, less and less in the future will you want to achieve the next level, the next dream, the next step. And that's why so many people stall out in life. They got to a certain point and they cheated themselves out of the bliss, out of the celebration. It's important that we celebrate our wins. We celebrate our lives because it causes us to want the next bite. It keeps us hungrier, not the reverse. And so for me, I want to live in a state of being grateful and blissful now, not waiting for some future place or date that may never arise.
And the only way you can go up is you got to believe that you can go up that mountain. Every desire that you have within your heart, all your struggles, all your love, all your pain, all your hate, everything that puts you in a position that you are in right now, you're either going to use it for the right reasons or it would destroy you. And you will continue to be that bottom feeder. It's time to rise up now. It's time to find something within you. It's time to realize that you matter for something. It's time to realize that when you were born, something was connected to that body. Something was connected to your purpose. This is a reality check. As long as you're living, as long as you're breathing, you got work to do. So what are you going to do?
Is important because there's no relationship between that and eroding your self-confidence. In other words, self-confidence is really self-trust. So the first thing is the people I know that are really happy are very self-aware. In fact, the best entrepreneurs I know are very self-aware. They're aware of their shortcomings, right? They want to improve them. They want to get to the next version of themselves all the time. And so for me, self-confidence comes because I didn't have it. And I think anytime you meet somebody like yourself or myself who might now appear self-confident, because I really had to find tools and resources because I was so insecure and shy and introverted. So I had to find techniques and resources to build that up in me. And for me, it's very simple. It's the promises that I keep to myself. If if I have a habit over and over of beginning to stack one on top of the other, of keeping promises I make to me, not other people. In other words, the minute you begin to get external in your life, worrying about what other people think about you, right? You've lost all control. And it never fills you up. And people's admiration, people's gratitude towards you will never fill you up. It's your own. It's your own inside. And so for me, self-confidence comes from keeping the promises I make to myself. And the other part of it is being aware I'm doing it. In other words, most people don't give themselves enough credit all the time. They're very aware of these 20% things and not aware of the 80, right? And that's why the dosage is so important too. You've nailed it. It should be 80-20, right?
Feel sorry? Let it go. You're sorry. Ain't gonna get you up that mountain. Make excuses, let it go. Your excuses is not gonna get you up that mountain. Everything that you have left, everything that's within you right now, you got to want it. Not just want it, but need to have it. And when you make it to the top, when you finally get there, don't look down and see how far you went. Just know you went far enough. And you know you got something else left to do. Every mountain deserves your presence. Every mountain deserves your attention. Don't think that the first mountain you climbed and you made it to the top, that it is over for you.